G'day guys, welcome to the channel and Happy New Year. I hope that you are having a wonderful New Year's Day and maybe get some time for some scrapping because this layout is going to blow your mind. I love it. It is so bright, it is so bold. Now, I actually made this layout, I think it was before Christmas I made this layout. So I actually do my layouts a couple of weeks in advance now, which is fantastic. But what I ended up having to do is I made the layout, but I've used a fake photo. I've just put a photo mat there and I'm going to add the photo onto it. And hopefully, if I'm quick enough, I'll have the photo printed and I'll whack it on the layout, and then I will post the photos over on Facebook and on Instagram. So I am using my MARTE FLURO acrylic paint. This is so bright. I went around the outside edge with some quarter-inch washi. There, get my words out of my mouth. I used the quarter-inch washi tape all the way around just to keep the edges clean. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with the edges yet, so I have gone around and I've put every single fluoro color and I've put it on. I actually bought this Dina Wakley Perspex. It's actually a stamping platform, but I tell you what, I absolutely love it to use it as a paint palette. It's fantastic for that. So it's a little bit, for me, it's a little bit too thin for a stamping platform. I find I get my fingers in the way and it doesn't work. Anyway, as you can see, I have scrunched up a piece of old packaging and I have just added a little bit of water to the fluoro colors. Now, something you may not know about fluoro acrylic paint. It is translucent, okay? All fluoro paint is translucent, so it is never going to go down and cover perfectly and beautifully over the top of whatever you're doing. But it's great for doing things like this. So you put down some color, so you've got a bit of a wash in the background, you've got some interest. Then what you do is you come back with your makeup sponges and you grab a stencil, whichever one you like, and then you go over the top of it and you just give it a really thin coat. You don't need to, there's no need to put really thick paint on there. And don't stick your finger in it like I just did. And just to leave the pattern on top of the pattern. So can you see it's the pattern on top of the pattern? So it just adds a lot of visual interest. Now, as you can see, so I'm putting that yellow over the top of the pink and the blue and the purple and stuff. And it's going down, but it's translucent, so you can still see the other color coming through it. So that's one of the things, and I find that from a mixed media perspective and playing in my art journals and all that sort of stuff, that translucent paints get lost on people because they don't quite know what to do with them. And they're not too sure about how to get them to really pop off the page. And that's one technique. I've got plenty of other techniques, but I've got that technique works really, really well. So I decided that I was going to use this CUTFILE, and it was actually one that came on the bottom of the email from PAIGE PAIGE Pals, I think it was. And it was on the bottom of the email, and I grabbed it and I thought, you know what, I'm going to use it because I always see her designs and then think, oh, I've got to use that. And I never do. So as soon as it turned up, I cut it out straight away. Now, I'm using the same colors. So this is just layering up the same colors and building them. And you can see there that the fluoro on top of the fluoro, it's translucent. It's obviously uber bright. But the one thing that always annoys me with fluoro colors, and it's not this product, it's all fluoro colors. The blue and the purple are never fluorescent. Like they're always I guess they are, but they aren't really. So I decided that I'm going to maybe do something a little bit. So I went through just with one solid color, and then I thought, no, maybe I'll add the purple over the blue and do, you know, the orange over the magenta, and just to sort of add a bit more depth to the letters. Now, on these letters, I'm actually going to do something called Zentangling. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Zentangles are just recurring patterns, basically. So it's, you know, when you sit and you're on the... Okay, I know I'm talking to a certain audience right now. My audience, I'm going to make the assumption that we all know what a telephone is that was connected to the wall, and you'd sit on the phone and you'd have your conversation and you'd be locked in a cupboard, or you'd be you know, trying to get some privacy because the phone was connected to the wall. Right, okay, you all with me now? My theory is, I just lost my theory. I lost my direction. I have completely lost my direction. Zentangles. Gee whiz. Did you enjoy that little trip I just took you on? That's what my brain does. I'll be honest with you. My brain has done this since my second bout of that virus we don't talk about. That is what happens to me all the time now. I'll be talking and then all of a sudden it's just completely gone. And I have to wait until it kicks back in again. Oh, drives me crackers. So with Zentangles, they are basically, so going back to the phone thing, I used to sit on the phone and I would just have a notepad there and I would just doodle and just do different, you know, the circles on circles or whatever. Well, these days, there's this trendy thing called Zentangling, and there is so many people. It is really a thing now. And people do it. I absolutely love it, and I've done it for years and years. Didn't know that it was called Zentangling, but it is so much fun. And I wanted to make this layout bright, tick, bold, tick, and full of pattern and full of life. That's what I wanted this to start off 2024 with a bang. That's what I wanted to do. Now you can see my fake photo there. That's where I intend to put my photo. Now, this is my take on Zentangling. Is it perfect? No. Does it have to be perfect? No. Does it work? Heck yeah. Looks cool. So I am just using my POSCA paint pen. Now I did zoom this in, so I apologize for pulling it down to the bottom of the frame. But I moved it right in so you could sort of see what I was doing a little bit more. And all I'm doing is different patterns on each letter and number. So, or in this case, the star. Now there's all different patterns. You can repeat. There is no right, there is no wrong. It's just a repeating pattern. It's a repeating direction. I didn't really like these circles. Once I put them down, I was like, I don't like them. But it was too late. Nothing I could do about it. So I could have maybe cut another letter, but it's okay. We live and we learn, right? If there wasn't a mistake on the page, would it be my page? Really? So I'm just going through and I'm just doing some squiggly patterns, some squiggly lines, some lines and dots, some half circles, some rainbow looking things. And all it's doing is adding visual interest, because I want to show you that on this page, all I've used is, yes, I've used a free cut file. Yes, I've used obviously my Cricut to cut it out on, but I've used some paint that is super affordable. It's MARTE brand, so you can get it here in Australia. You can get it for, I think it cost me like $11, $9, $11. I think it was $11. And I'm using my POSCA paint pen. I could have been using, you know, I could have used an Artline pen. I could have used a Sharpie. I could have used a biro. I mean, you know, could have just used that and it would have worked just fine. It's over the top of acrylic paint, so it wouldn't have been a problem. Now, Jen's showing you her new nails. They're just glue on, don't worry. Not glue on, what are they called? you know, the stickers. She's obsessed with them. She loves them. So I am just adding all different patterns, and you can see that I haven't joined the paint perfectly. There's not a perfect blend there. It doesn't matter, because once I do the Zentangling over it, you don't notice where the join is because there's pattern on the front of it. This is another way that you can do layouts without buying all the pattern papers and everything. This is another way of adding interest to your page. You could do this. I was actually going to do this the other week. I was going to do this on a border, and obviously I still can, but I was going to do it around a border on a layout. But because I'm trying to do some power scraps to finish off 2023, and this one I've just put down as a normal layout. And you know, we start in 2024 with a big, bright, bold bang. That's what I reckon. I hope you've had an amazing night last night. I did ask on the last video if you guys have any New Year's resolutions. I don't really have a resolution, but I do have something that I'm working on in the background. And, you know, hopefully I can get it to work. So here we go. Now I go through and I'm putting down, I've sped this up hyper speed because it's boring. I'm just putting the foam tape down because I want to raise these letters up a little bit to add, again, another element of visual interest. This is busy, guys. Like, for me, this is so busy. Yesterday's layout, super plain. Today's layout, wow. It's bright, it's bold, and it's definitely saying New Year's Day. If you've got a hangover, I'm going to apologize because this one's bright. I apologize for that. I actually did this layout before Christmas. So, you know, I wasn't really thinking about people having hangovers or anything, but it's okay. So I am just whacking all that down, and then I'm going to bring in my amazing sticky thumb tool. It is an adhesive lifting tool. It is so good. All you have to do is just touch it and it like bends the end up, and bang, you've got all these pieces of tape lifted off. It's so easy. I actually have, I zoomed it back out for you guys so you don't get, it was really close. The reason I love this tool that was sent to me by Shirley, thank you so much, I absolutely love it. I cut my fingernails, so I don't have long nails, and not, which is completely a choice thing. It's my choice, but sometimes lifting up tear tape or foam tape, the sticky side, it's really difficult. So this tool is actually really handy. So it comes in a 2-pack, and I'll have listed below where you can get it from if you would like to get one. It's not sponsored, it's just a really cool tool. Now I am debating what I'm going to put on these stars. I ended up using, I could have pulled out my my metallic paint from MARTE, and then it would have just been all MARTE. But I ended up using my Lunar paste because it was super close, and it went on there perfectly. And here I have a bit of a debate. Do I or don't I want the silver bit in there? Yeah, I'm putting it in there. Why not? So it's at this point that that is just so satisfying, peeling that off. Now, can you see the difference the border makes? Having that border there, it obviously didn't match, but it just finishes the page off. And this is why I encourage people to have a border. If you're no good with drawing borders, this one's for you. This is washi tape. It's a 1/4 inch washi tape. All you have to do is run a strip of glue. I use art glitter glue. Run that strip of glue along there, and then it will make your washi tape permanent. Washi tape by design is meant to be removable. It's meant to have a low tack to it, so it's not a permanent tape. So if you do want to make it permanent, run some glue, and it's not a problem. Done. So that is my layout, guys. That is looking super cool. I'm just about done. I did want to put some black splatters on here though, and I thought that would finish the page off nicely. Now, thank you so much for watching me. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. Share me with your friends. I'm still trying to reach 2,000 subscribers. In the description below are the links to my Instagram and to my Facebook if you want to get in touch with me, or if you want to see the photos up close and personal. I also have my Buy Me a Coffee link in the description below, and that is where you can help support the channel with whatever you can afford at the time. And by supporting the channel, I mean purchasing new product to use on the channel. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Happy New Year. Bye for now.